darker than light. He'll give you strife. He's Todd. He's tall, he's mean. He's labeling machine. He's Todd. Rides a motorbike. He'll tell you what it's like. He's Todd. Don't know what he'll say. He'll scare the kids away. He's Todd. He's Todd.
Well, good morning. Happy Thursday. Hey, so I'm in Arizona and coming from Sam's living room. So say good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Sam.
I knew he'd say that. So I happen to be out here in Arizona doing what they pay me to do. This web stuff doesn't pay much. I'm actually out here selling, and Sam was nice enough to invite me over, and so I want to thank you, Sam.
Oh,
So if y'all haven't met Sam, Sam is my much younger, better looking, and more intelligent brother. Would you hand me that, please?
there you go.
Thank you.
Paid up.
Hey, $20 is $20. I've done a lot worse for $20, trust me. So there. So you got it on camera, me lying about Sam's age and everything else, but I gained $20 out of it. So thanks for showing up, everybody. Appreciate it. This is Ask Todd Anything Part 2. And I have not seen nor heard any of these particular questions. However, I am going to preface this with, number one, I'm going to take the fifth if need be, or number two, I'm going to BS. And so with that being said, what happened is we put a bunch of feelers out there, and everyone was had the opportunity to ask some questions. And the first episode was pretty good. This I hope I hope it's better. And to make it well, he says it's going to be better by having him on. I want to introduce Jamie Brookover. And Jamie's out there somewhere. He's going to be asking me all these questions. And Jamie, I prodded him for several days on this, and he is pretty tight-lipped on this. So I really don't know what's going to be asked. Hopefully they're more industry questions than they are anything else. But
Hey, Todd, I'm just going to start it off with this one, okay? I prodded a lot of people, business-wise and personal. This sheet is people from the business community, and this whole list is questions from your wife. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I got them both in front of me. I guess we'll just kind of see how it goes.
I'm just
It was
taking the fifth on
interesting
all
when I
those.
said, Kelly, you can ask any question you want, and I will ask him on the air. They just kept coming.
So this is a show where we've done. I think this is the 55th episode already. In fact, hey, it was my 55th birthday on February 18th. So how apropos to have the 55th episode just shortly after my birthday, right, Sam?
You don't look a day over 68.
So all this older brother BS that you hear from him, he's 4 years older than me.
Whatever. I told the BS is going to fly. So anyway, we've done 55 episodes about the industry and labeling and all sorts of stuff. This is just our way to kind of let our hair down and just have some fun with this thing. And hopefully we get some decent industry questions. So without further ado, Jamie, again, I am going to plead the fifth where necessary and possibly call BS in other areas. So Jamie, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's fire these things off.
Hey, well, you two teed it up. So, let me just ask the first question. Why does Todd refer to Sam as his older brother when he clearly looks much older than him? I'm not going to tell you that question came from Sam, but could you answer the question?
Let me answer for him. It's typical centrifuge espionage, right? You defer and detect. So uglier, older, claims it's me instead. So it's this guy obviously could be in the KGB, but
Hey, is this BS about Sam or BS with Todd?
BS about Todd.
Hey,
You got your answer, whatever. You know what? I'll stick with his answer.
before we go to an industry question, just so we don't waste the time of everybody and you for the next half hour, Craig Robinson, our manager, he wanted to know, is your resume up to date?
First
I
of
don't know
all,
if that's a hint.
I don't know what Craig Robinson sounds familiar. But Craig, if you're hiring, then it is up to date. Craig, whoever you are, it is up to date.
That's odd that our boss asked if your resume. I would just stay on your toes. So I would close the deal today after this. But all right, let's get to an industry question.
All right.
Are there any labeling requirements changing in the new 606 D specifications?
No. There were minor changes to some stuff that I don't even know. Sam may know. But everything is still pretty much status quo with that. I didn't read the whole damn thing, but nothing in labeling stuck out. So as far as I know, no, there isn't. So keep on track. In fact, if anyone needs current specifications, reach out to me. I've got those already built, and they're very brother heavy, obviously, for a reason. I got to eat, but anyway, if you need specs, reach out. But as far as I know, Jamie, there isn't any major changes or even minor ones. Nothing stuck out. Next.
All righty. I heard you can use a brother labeler with a tester. How does that work?
Okay, so this is something I started on in the beginning of 2021, and started playing with an app we have. And we had an existing partnership with Fluke that came out years ago. And the whole idea of that is that you build a database. That
Close.
good?
Yeah. Good.
You build a database and you put it up in the cloud. Then we have an app that actually goes out and grabs this. And you have the ability to load the head unit on the tester as well as the PTE 550W. So I discovered a little loophole in there that also lets us go out to other manufacturers. And so the whole idea behind this is to make life a lot easier. And instead of doing it the old-fashioned way, in fact, me and Sam used to do this actually when we worked for a living. And we'd stand in a closet with our DSP 2000 or whatever the hell it was. And you manually type in your fat finger stuff. And so the whole idea is to use that database to preload the head unit before you test, and then also take that same database and put it into the PTE 550W. So currently, it started with AEM. Hi, Lisa. We've got Trend Networks out there. We got Softing out there. All right, and we just teamed up with NetAlly, actually. So again, the whole idea is to put that database that you're going to use inside the head unit and load the PTE 550W. Now, the cool thing, we have a new app. I guess the best thing about the new app, the Pro Label tool, is that you can now do basically the same thing with our PTE 800. So we now have two printers if you choose to use the PLT. So there you go.
So I'm going to switch gears, and so we know a little bit about you personally here.
Good.
If one or two things in your career might have gone a little bit different, you may never have gotten into the IT industry in general. So rumor has it that you played in the NFL. Is that true? And how short was your career?
It was this short. Actually, at this point, I'm telling you right now, is that prior to getting in the industry, in fact, Sam, I was working for the city of Carlsbad, California, and I actually used to lay asphalt and concrete and stripe the roads and typical city worker stuff. I got really good at leaning on a shovel. I could probably still do that trick, but actually Sam called me up. He moved to Texas, and I got a call one day, and he says, "Hey, I'm starting a company pulling cable." And I thought, well, gee, that can't be too hard. I can stand there and pull cable. So in September of '96, right? Was it? Yeah, '96. I quit the city, and moved out to Texas. And me and Sam had Consultech Communications, right? Yeah. Sam started Consultech Communications, and then we just went from there. So going back, I'd probably be in jail.
Did you play with the Scrubs when they were on
Yeah.
strike? What team did you play for?
What team did I play for?
Yeah.
Oh, the Chargers.
And what happened?
I blew out an 8.
So
Is that his name?
that's inappropriate.
Anyway, next question.
Yeah. All righty. Am I able to put a cable wrap around a large diameter of a conduit?
Yes, that is the cool thing about utilizing the higher end edge printers, if you will, the industrial printers. You basically set the length of the cable wrap. Now, if you're using die cut labels like our competitors, again, they're predetermined amount of length. So, technically, if I wanted to print a 20-foot cable wrap, I could. But the whole idea when you get inside of the menu of the 500, the 550, the 750, the 900, the 800, is that you set the length of the cable wrap. Now, there's predetermined lengths in there, all right? But if you're doing, let's say, the 10-inch OD conduit, or even back in the old days when we used to work for a living, pulling in a 1200 pair, trunk cable, you have the ability, because the way we used to do it is we would use a little PTD 210, we print off a little label, and then we'd use clear tape, wrapping tape over that. So yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the best things about our cable wraps is that it will repeat the identifier over and over. So that way, no matter how you look at it, I mean, obviously I'm 6'6", Sam's 6'5", we're going to look down at a cable. Jamie, a man of your stature, I mean, again, you kind of look at this angle, but you have the ability to identify that.
I'm calling HR. You can't body shame me because I'm shorter than you. I'm calling HR. We actually got a question from the audience. With BIM and PoE lighting architecture, what do you see are the labeling challenges an installer will face?
It's the same thing. So power over Ethernet, you're dealing with the same type of infrastructure. Obviously, you're dealing with some type of twisted pair, and it really doesn't matter. I would say on that type of platform, again, follow the 606, even though it could go into some electrical codes. But the whole idea behind labeling, there's nowhere in any spec that says or any any takeoff that says don't label this. My suggestion is, from a liability standpoint and to make life a lot easier, and obviously to make your company look better, a little more professional, is label everything. So it's really going to still PoE and stuff like that. It's going to follow the same standards, if you will. So I really wouldn't change anything. All devices involved, I would highly recommend labeling those devices. I would highly recommend using some type of asset management system, which guess what? We do. So maybe a QR code on there. If you have any questions on that, please reach out. We'll give you that information at the end of this.
I actually have a question for Sam here now. Todd just mentioned in there to make your company look more professional. What was your thought process when you called Todd and asked to be part of the company, and thinking, why would that make your company look more professional by hiring Todd in the cabling industry?
Two reasons in particular.
Or you desperate?
Well, no. It was very calculated on my part. Number one, I was really courting the circus industry. Barnum and Bailey was always one of those companies that I really, really wanted to do work for.
Here. Speak nice.
And secondly, ADA. I wanted to make sure that I got some points in with those folks. So I figured Todd was a clear winner on both of those fronts for me.
Next question.
You saved money on ladders because he's 6'6". That's a good one. So when transferring files via Transfer Manager on a laptop using a USB cord to a Brother label tool, what format does the spreadsheet need to be in? So when transferring from the laptop using the USB cord, what format? This is a trivia question.
Sam actually already answered it. Sam is a big fan. Sam's no fan of me, but he loves the Brother product. So
What was the answer?
CSV format, comma
Right.
separated, delimited.
All right. Since we're doing trivia,
Well, that's
when
a
transferring a file via Transfer Express on your phone to one of our Wi-Fi enabled printers, the 550 or 800W, what format does the spreadsheet need to be converted to in Transfer Manager?
In Transfer Manager, you shouldn't necessarily have to use Transfer Manager. So the beauty of the 550, the 800, or any of the Wi-Fi devices is that you can take that spreadsheet and you could just send it to that person out in the field. That's what I highly recommend.
What format does it have to be in to be sent to the guy in the field?
Well, it can be in XLS or CSV or
BLF?
2.
two.
No. Hold on. A BLF. No. A BLF is only for like a specific template label. All right, that's a BLF. That's a Brother label file. And if you're doing some type of label that has a logo on it, that is a BLF. So
Hey.
I don't know if you just tried to fool me or you didn't know yourself and you're just learning on today's call, Brooke.
Well, I'm actually using it because I got a review coming up. I didn't know BLF stood for Brother Label File, but I do now. So, have you ever given financial advice? If so, how did it turn out? And are you still friends with that person?
There's statute of limitations still apply here, so he can't really answer that directly, Jamie.
Okay, fifth on that one.
The Federal Trade Commission is still talking to him?
Well, there's a number of acronyms that are involved. Yes.
Next.
Well, since we're at that level, Todd, do you have any active warrants sworn out against you in other countries? If so, is there a reward money for your capture? And what country?
Ukraine.
Don't you? Oh, Jesus.
Yes, Ukraine right now.
All
has
right.
got
So
a bounty
anyway,
on them.
no. The answer is no. But I am still not allowed in Fort Collins, Colorado. Very true story, right?
I banned you years ago.
So, both of my daughters, I have a 16 and 14-year-old daughter who rides horses. They asked me to ask you, your wife also rides horses. Would your wife be willing to give them a horse?
2. B.
Will
2.
you drive it to Virginia Beach?
No, but you know what? You are more than welcome to come out in Southern California and ride that thing back to Virginia Beach.
Well, wait a second. Did you want them delivered alive?
That's enough out of you, Sam. You're fired.
Anyway,
Okay, Todd, a little trivia for the team. I'm going to go through each person, and you need to tell me the city and the state that they live in. Dan Cobb.
He's in Manischewitz, Wisconsin.
All right. Craig Robinson.
Craig is in Bradenton, Sarasota area. I know that because I close my show every time. I little brownie points at the end of the show, so I know that by heart. It's Bradenton.
Rob Dawkins.
He's in NC.
And then I know you know where I live because you call me all the time. But here's the one: can you ever get this? Bruce Page.
To this day, and I think it's a mental block. He lives in, I swear, and this is just one of those things, kind of like other tasks I'm supposed to do, but I just don't do them. He is in Marblemouth, Minnesota.
Close. It's honestly, well, I'm going to ask you this one question before we get to another industry question. Out of our whole team, which person would you least likely have to work a trade show with, and why would it be Bruce? Let's go to an industry question, Todd.
You notice I didn't go to the last show in Orlando for a certain reason, but anyway, okay.
So from PJ, here's another question from the audience. What features do you expect or hope will be added? Hey, somebody added on your next generation of machines. Do we have any features we're adding or things would you like to see added?
That's, you know what, I am actually going to take the 5th on that. And the reason why is that
you're still talking, so that's not taking the 5th. I don't know if you know how that works.
No. I'm going to take the 5th with explanation. Is that we all would like to see different features. We all would like to see, anything updated. Right now, everything works like a champ. There are some things coming down the pipe. I am not at liberty to say anything right now. I have my own thoughts. PJ, you have your own thoughts, obviously. Sam, do you have any thoughts?
Solitaire.
Anyway, next
solitaire.
question.
Put on a solitaire game.
Next question.
Another one from the audience. Let's Talk Cabling asks, is there any training videos or materials for your new installers to show them how to use the new Brother label machines?
There is too many videos out there. In fact, we're in the process of actually consolidating those on the YouTube channel. We have a new YouTube channel, so everything is being deposited in there. And so right now, you can go to www.bswithtodd.com. You can see all the episodes, but they're kind of broken up into different areas. Look for everything to be on YouTube pretty soon, because I know Mr. Dan Cobb did a great job at some videos to not only show the installers, but the rest of the team that don't know how to use what they sell. So anyway, there's a big depository coming, so stay tuned. And if you need specific videos, reach out to any of the team members out there, and we can just send you links to those individual videos. But the BS with Todd series, actually, I'm starting to use when a customer calls and has a question about barcoding, or I had one yesterday about etching. Brother produces etching tape. So I just basically copied and pasted that link and sent it to them. So anyway, there you go.
Somebody just popped in there. Some guy named Bruce Page on the thing. I can't pronounce his last name. First of all, he wants something about a home run for HR. I don't know what that is, but new Brother website. What do you think of it? What you think on it? Kate, can you pop up? I don't know if you can do this, but throw up the new Brother website address.
They did a fantastic job. I'm telling you right now, it's 2 years or more in the making. It's easy to navigate. It's got some great pictures on there. Of course, BS with Todd's on there too. All right. But no, the website's fantastic. And what it does is it goes over basically everything Brother has to offer, not only on our side of the industrial fence, but the enterprise side as well. So again, I think the website was very well done. Congratulations to the team out there behind the scenes that made that happen. So great question, Bruce.
What is your, this is from Jim Mertens. What is your most challenging label problem you have had to solve in a structured cabling application, and how did you overcome it? Sounds like a question from a therapist. What was your biggest challenge, and how did you overcome it?
Jim Mertens did not write that question. I could tell you right now, I know Jim, and there's some bigger words than normally what he says. But anyway, my biggest challenge, it really wasn't a challenge, and it still works quite well. But I'm not a fan of label flags. Be careful how you say that, and don't you say it. I'm not a big fan of flags. I've got no patience whatsoever. They're hard to put on. They're cumbersome. And so when we Brother first came out with the heat shrink, I thought, what the hell, I'm going to try this. And so the problem with the flag is that you get a bunch of them together and they look like hell, all right? And they're really hard to identify when you got a bunch of cables next to each other. So it's not a new trick, but anyway, use heat shrink in lieu of cable flags. It prints off on a flat tube. You can put your identifier over there. You can move it left or right. It looks a lot nicer. So I would say, it wasn't really a challenge, but it was just an easy fix. So really, that's it.
Can I add something to that? Being able to load a database onto a printer, as far as a business owner is concerned, because it eliminates greatly the amount of errors that happen in the field. That's been the big one for me.
Wait, hold on.
Here's a question from the audience. What are your true feelings about lowercase letters and labeling? Do we even answer that question?
Well, for me personally, I don't like lowercase because I can't see anything. So for my sake, please, out there, audience, never use lowercase. Always use caps because I just can't see them. So do it for me. Do it for
Caps and bold. Let's get one or two. Let's get a few more industry questions. Then we got a few fun ones we'll end with here. But how long will your label last after it is installed?
I've never had one fail.
Yeah, well, so that's the other thing. Hi, Tom Jello. I just put my glasses on it and saw you out there. Feelings about lowercase. Oh, that was from you, Tom? That
Yeah, that was from
lowercase?
Tommy.
So anyway, what was the question? I'm sorry. Oh, how long will the label last? All right. So the cassette system that we use right now has an over laminate. And so it's scratch resistant, scuff resistant, oil resistant, gas resistant, caustic resistant, UV resistant, fade resistant. It's going to last a long time. There's different types of adhesive. So on a smooth, flat surface, use our TZE tape. It's meant for a flat surface. If you put that around a cable or any round surface, it wants to go flat, it will delaminate. With that being said, every week on the show, every other week, y'all seal the vial. Speaking of vial.
They do see the vial.
Hey, speaking of vial, how you doing? Hey. So they see the vial that I put up there that 2 years ago, I put a flag and a cable wrap in a vial of water. And so to answer that, you know what, really until you peel it off. I also had one on the tailpipe of my Ford F-150 for quite some time and drove that through a car wash many times. In fact, that's on video. There's other videos of me taking
You drive a 1986 Ford Escort. What is this 150 you talk about?
Well, the person doesn't know the label's still there.
Your neighbor?
Yeah. Anyway, so the point is on any type of porous or uneven surfaces, you want to use our TZES, and X or S stands for extra strength. Figure that one out. S is extra strength.
Strength.
Anyway,
Yes,
so
strength.
until you peel that label off, technically that label is supposed to last for a long, long time.
All righty. It's 1:26, so we're gonna have a little fun here. So somebody asked, can you make the facial expression that people do, being that you're 6'6", you know, a larger guy, when you're getting on an airplane and people realize they're gonna have to sit next to you, can you do the facial expression that they make when they see you sitting down?
It's that one. And in fact, I just got it on the way over from Phoenix, so I'm used to it.
I was gonna say, why was I kicked off the show on a weekly basis?
Jamie, I got to come up with something here.
Because Jamie, you were making him look bad. That's why. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously.
Good point. That's a good point.
I'll use his.
Hey, I expect it'll be in the mail, right?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely mail it to you. Check's in the mail.
All right.
Why do you think that marketing always has to find the goofiest looking picture for you to put up on the event page? I mean, what's up with that?
No. Those are the best looking pictures. They figured out that that's the best representation.
I was gonna say, Kate's in the background. She's probably going, "That's all we got. What do you want us to do?"
I know. I know Kate does it on purpose too.
So
yeah, you know what? I every episode. Last time it was Uncle Fester. Payback. Yeah. Kelly Swift and Payback. Yeah, it was Uncle Fester, and then there's been some other ones on there, but I don't know.
I got two more questions for you before we end this.
All right.
This one I don't think you're going to answer, but can you explain why your dentist had to call brother HR years ago? Or is that pleading the fifth?
So,
No.
And then the final question is actually from a group called HR.
Yeah.
Could you please have Todd set up a call with us in the next 2 days to discuss a little bit of his online antics? Please have him schedule ASAP.
Ooh, well, that didn't sound like a question.
Hey,
Would you please schedule?
Computer.
Would you please schedule with
Anyway,
HR as soon as possible to have a discussion?
Yeah, you betcha.
Oh, wait a minute.
all right.
Legal
Well,
just sent
yeah.
one in too. We'll talk about that one later.
Okay. So, Jamie, I was going to thank you, but I'm not going to. Anyway, with that being said, Jamie, I'll give you a call before I call HR. We'll figure this thing out.
Oh, lawyer.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
already blocked you. You're blocked
Have
on
a
my
good-
phone now.
listen, Jamie, stay warm. It's supposed to be 84 degrees out here.
74 here today, buddy.
Well, enjoy it while you can. I hear the next nor'easter is right off the coast, so enjoy it while you can. Jamie, thank you very
Hey,
much.
Todd, that's Easter coming up, not nor'easter. Easter is in April. Jeez.
Okay. Hey, Kate. Me and Kate worked out a high sign before then. So anyway, I want to thank everyone for coming on board. It has been fun. It's a nice little shakeup from, Mr. Serious and the way I am, Mr. Monotone. But no, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Sam.
You're very welcome.
Hold on.
Very little.
Yeah. So anyway, we got some great shows coming up. Kate, let's go ahead and roll what we got going on. We got BS and Boulder. We're going to introduce some of these boneheads that I work with. That we have our big brother Whoop-de-Doo coming up pretty quick. So I will actually be in Colorado. And we're going to do a live session from there, and maybe we'll do a couple of recorded snippets as well. So anyway, that's coming up on March 16th. On March 31st, Eaton. I got another Sam. This Sam is a lot better looking, younger, and but anyway, my friend Sam, I know you're watching. No offense.
Oh no, I've seen him before.
Okay, so
Quite the gentleman.
Eaton coming up, and then April 14th. So as I mentioned, we got a new partner out there, Net Ally, and there's some good people over there. Not like you, Tom Jello, but anyway, that's coming up. And stay tuned for more stuff. I mean, as far as more announcements with partners coming out, and just different ways to expand the labeling world. So as far as how to contact us. Oh, wait, we got a QR code. I don't know if this QR code works. The last one didn't work. So if you can scan this, it's going to take you to my YouTube channel. And please sign up. I'm not going to grovel over it, but sign up if you could, please. Let's see, contacts.
Hold on, let's see if it works.
Oh no, it didn't work. You're too slow.
Yeah.
You're old and slow. So as far as
Thanks.
how to contact us, I'm Todd Morse. I'm out on the West Coast most of the time. There's my contact information. If you, especially if you need bad advice, contact me anytime. Mr. Jamie Brookover, chances are if you contact Jamie, he's just going to call me and ask me a question. But anyway, he's out there somewhere. Dan Cobb, hey, thanks for doing the show, Dan. I hope it went well. Mr. Bruce Page, Dan, I appreciate you putting up with Bruce. I know it's tough, buddy, but you know what? That's why they pay you the medium bucks. And then Rob Dawkins, I told you he's in NC. It just says NC. He's in NC. Craig Robinson, again, our glorious leader out of Bradenton, Sarasota area. So please, if go to my YouTube channel. I'm groveling now, aren't I? Okay. So, I wanted to show you the new T-shirt. Here, we just got these in. My favorite subject. Boy, you talk about being a target on the street, huh? So that's actually the back of the shirt. And here's some crap I said on the show at some time.
Can you say that?
Crap?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Really?
I can. You've already said some words you shouldn't. So with that being said, the new shirts are available. If you'd like a shirt, please reach out to one of the team members. Include your address, telephone number, social security number. Just your address on where we can send them, or reach out to Kate. Kate.south@brother.com. So anyway, with that being said, look at the time. It's 11:33. We've gone over 3 minutes. I'm actually on overtime. But no, I'm going to pack up. I got to get down to Casa Grande. Can you say Casa Grande?
I can't.
So I'm going to get down there. So Sam, thank you very much. Kate, appreciate it. Show well done as always. We will see you for the BS in Boulder coming up pretty soon. So thank you very much. Have a blessed week, and please stay safe out there.